Welcome back, everybody, to another edition of the Austin American High School's High School Blitz. I'm joined with Thomas T.J. Jones, as always. And Thomas, we had a fun weekend as far as great football over the last weekend. But let's start from the top. Who do you give a game ball to?
I'm giving my game ball to Jalen Washington, a defensive back for Cedar Ridge. Now, I think Cedar Ridge may have surprised some people by beating state-ranked Temple, one of the better 5A teams in the program, 21-14. Jalen Washington had an interception in the first quarter, set the tone, returned it 28 yards for a touchdown. That Cedar Ridge defense held Temple to 187 yards offense. Great play by Jalen Washington, great play by the defense.
Cedar Ridge has been good for years, but that was kind of an upset. Tell me something. Let me give you my game ball.
Let's hear it.
Prudy Calderon, quarterback, San Marcos, 328 yards, 5 touchdowns. They beat San Antonio Taft 42-21 Saturday afternoon. A lot of people didn't know the score because it was played on Saturday, but Prudy Calderon, also known as Prudencio.
Good game by Prudencio.
Prudencio. So good job for him. Tell me something that you learned from this past weekend.
You know, when it comes to big-time football, it's still about how you play defense. We talked about Cedar Ridge playing defense, beating Temple. Westlake shut down Bowie, held them to 156 yards in a margin win that no one expected. Lake Travis shut out Hendrickson, big win. And Dripping Springs, they held Tybee to 7 points in a big win, and Tybee's only touchdown came on a fumble recovery. So those 4 teams are maybe the 4 best teams in our area. They showed that defense still wins a lot of games.
I'm going to do a little takeoff on that. I'm going to say things are very well on Texas Highway 12. And most people don't know what Highway 12 is. I'm sure they don't. But Highway 12 is the highway that stretches from the middle of Dripping Springs downtown all the way to Wimberley. It's about a 15-mile drive. And
beautiful drive.
Beautiful drive. Anyway, Dripping Springs is 4-0 this year. Wimberley is 4-0. Dripping Springs has outscored their opponents by an average of 24 points a game this year. Wimberley has outscored their opponents by an average of 24 points a game this year. Now, Dripping Springs is off this weekend. Wimberley has a tough game. They're playing at Fredericksburg, or against Fredericksburg, and a battle of 2 4-0 teams. Last but not least, we've got a lot of 4-0 teams still playing out there. Of the remaining 4-0 teams, which one surprises you the most?
I mean, to me, it's still Smithville. We've talked about Smithville this season. They're 4-0. Last year, the Tigers were 0-10. So Coach Cyril Atkins has done an outstanding job changing the mentality out there. This is the first time they've been 4-0 since 2011. Nomar Rivera is probably the best running back you haven't seen play. Smithville's strong start, to me, is still the biggest surprise of the season.
Early choice for Coach of the Year could be Coach Atkins. I'm going to go a little bit closer to home. I'm going to say Del Valle. Del Valle is another 4-0 team. We didn't expect Del Valle to be this good. The last time Del Valle had a winning record was 2009. Before that, 2006. They've got 3 D1 players on their defense, so it shouldn't be surprised that they're a good defensive team. But Alfred Greer runs a fantastic running game in the offense, and they're going to knock off people. They're going to go to the playoffs this year.
Yeah, and who knows? They may contend with Bowie for the 14-6A title.
And that'll do us on this wrap-up of the previous weekend of high school football. Stick with us later this week when we introduce the 4 top games in the area. And until then, we hope to see you at the ball game.